So Pete, one game to go at Trent Bridge, and not to go into it with Championship and Bob Willis Trophy aspirations still alive, which I suppose is all you can ask, really.
Yeah, I mean, we're excited. We're excited of the game. I mean, like always at this time of year, when you get into the last round and you've got a chance of winning it, the big challenge is not to get distracted by other things going on, because people talk about what permutations can be here, there, whatever. We only need one focus, really. We're playing at home in front of our own fans. We've played some really good cricket over the last few months, and we've got to try and finish strong and get a win against a tough Yorkshire team.
Is there anything that will make you change your approach in that way, knowing that there are those permutations? Will it change the way you approach the game?
No, I don't think so, because we play good cricket. We'll try and get a pitch that's got it's good balance between bat and ball. We've found ways of scoring runs every time, so we'll look to do that. We'll look to put ourselves in a dominant position first, then see if we can push on and win the game. So it's 4-day cricket, you can't chase it. You can't chase wins in 4-day cricket for me. You've got to do the work. Certainly at test match grounds like here, you've got to be able to be prepared to work hard over 4 days. The last one was a classic 4-day game. We won in the last hour of 4 days. And we'll be looking to do the same here. Work hard, try and get ourselves in a strong position, get over the line with a win and see where that takes us.
And aside from the county title itself, there is the incentive of the Bob Willis Trophy final, the showpiece at Lords. How much of an incentive is that, title or no title, for the guys in the dressing room?
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, the Bob Willis Trophy final, it'd be a great game to play, and it's showpiece for the club and for everybody to go there and get an extra game. I think at the moment, what you do is, it's classic thing in sport. You can only go there if you win this game, so you pull it back to where it's at. We'll pull it back even further by tomorrow morning. It'll be about what we do first. It'll be about the first session, the first half hour of that session. And you try and make sure that you can stay on for the full 4 days. I think the key is that by the end of the game, you look back and think, well, we couldn't have given any more. We've assumed that results did go our way. And if we win this game, we'll win the league. If we go about it that way, we'll be in the best shape to play well.
Lots of cricket to come, obviously, over the next 4 days. But the results of the next few days aside, what's your assessment of the red ball season we've enjoyed this year?
Yeah, I think it's whichever way you look at it, it's been a really good season because of progression of players. We've had some exceptional performances. People like Luke Fletcher, who's led the wicket takers in red ball cricket and has really stepped up. To see somebody who's been around the game for a long time, always been a good performer, but has moved his game forward again. To be the lead wicket taker in the country with 1 game to go is a great achievement. Someone like Dane Patterson, I think, who came into the season after a long-term injury of 14 months, to watch him grow through the season has been fantastic. Brett Hutton, who's come back, the batters themselves, the unit of batters, seeing Haskett into the England team, Benny Slater play solid again, Joe Clark, Ben Duckett, Tom Moore's come back to consistency in red ball, he's played beautifully. So it's been really exciting all the way through, Liam Patterson-White and the youngsters. So to watch all that progression has been really exciting. So it's a successful season. If it becomes a season that becomes, I would say often clubs like they're iconic seasons, the season you look back on, then we'll need to win this game. We need things to go our way, and we'll get over the line. We will county championship. Now, winning county championships is very tough. We know that. But to be in with a chance is really exciting.
You mentioned Luke Fletcher being in pole position in terms of wicket takers in the country. Tom Moores also leads the dismissals tally at the moment in the Championship. How impressed have you been with his work behind the stumps this year?
Yeah, Tom's had a really good season, been really consistent, and he's moved his game forward, I think, with bat and with the gloves. I think, I often think sort of 3 seasons in a first team cricket for a keeper is when you really start to understand your own rhythms, and he's starting to understand his rhythms and how he goes through it, because it's a long season for a keeper, certainly now with the different formats you play. He's come back into September, kept really well again. He's found some great partnerships with his bowlers, and so yeah, it's been lovely to watch that. And certainly batting wise, those lower order runs from Tom, Liam Patterson-White, Brett Hutton, they're really key for us if we're being competitive, especially in the tight situations in games.
And in terms of those younger players you touch on as well, we've seen Lyndon James and Liam Patterson-White in particular this year go from players making a handful of appearances each season to mainstays and match winners as well. What have you seen in their development that's taken them to that role this year?
Well, Lyndon first. Lyndon's been calm under pressure. He's become a key man for us in many ways in a lot of championship games, and he's steadied the ship for a young player. The last game here against Lancashire was another example when him and Tom put on a great partnership at the end when it was tough. So he's really been a stable force. It's a shame really through the sort of stress reaction in his back, he's not been able to bowl in the back half of the season, so he's missed that, but he's still had a great season and moved his game forward so far. And Liam Patterson-White really, I think, is grown as the season's gone on and have his best time at the moment. I think he's starting to learn how to keep himself consistent. You know, playing well out in the middle, there's often work that goes behind, and he's starting to organise how he gets his preparation right. He's always been an exciting cricketer. You know, he's very aggressive batter, and as a bowler he has such a good basic action. So, you know, both of them will look back at the end of the season and feel that they've really started to get some real results from a lot of hard work.